Okay, so bring it in a little bit. We're going to work the cross collar choke from mount. And there's a couple ways I could approach this. We could start at the beginning where we're going to put a lot of emphasis on holding mount position, getting to middle mount, holding middle mount, getting your grip, being able to finish as a person's trying to escape. Or we can start at the end where I'm going to show you the submission and we're going to work our way backwards. Tonight I'm going to start at the end. But if you want to, after this class, if you really want to work on this technique and put it into your game, the best thing you guys can do is do isolation rounds of one side hold mount, one side escape. Set the timer and get very, very, very good and comfortable at holding mount top. Because you're not going to feel like going for this attack unless you feel like you have a good mount. If you feel like every time you go to grab them from mount or every time you mount somebody, they roll and escape or they put you back in the guard, you're not going to want to work the position. So the position always has to come first, right? So much more important. But we'll start with the submission tonight. So I'm going to have Liam stand up. We're going to work it standing first to make sure everybody has a good choke. So go ahead and stand up. And remember when we choke now, what's actually choking your opponent is the backs of your hands or your wrists together. It's this pressure together. So if you go here, press the backs of your hands together, that's the pressure for a choke, okay? So now pull your elbows out. See, that takes the pressure off. It's like opening up a pair of pliers. So you'll see a lot of people choke like this, then you know right away they're not choking well. The only reason why that happens, or why you would do that, is I have a good choke. I'm choking. My grip was off. I didn't get the perfect grip, which happens. So now I have to use more of my back. And as I pull with my back, I eventually get to my chest, and now I can't pull anymore because my chest's in the way. So now my elbows have to flare out as I tighten it up. That's the only reason you do that, right? Doing it out here in the air just makes the choke weaker, okay? So that's the first thing. The choke is about connection. It's not about squeezing hard. If you have a good connection, you can go very nice and relaxed. I want to reach till my thumb is right behind Liam's ear, and then I'm going to grab. And when I grab, I'm literally going to go one finger at a time. So I'm going to go pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, okay? And now my second hand, we're going to go over the top for today. So I'm going to grab that seam, that fold that's in Liam's gi, or you can put your thumb in. I usually just grab here, and I grab deep a little bit and slide and catch it, okay? And now I'm going to drop my left elbow down as I slowly bring my right wrist into Liam's neck. And that's the choke, okay? So this one is going here, like this. And if he didn't tap, I'd eventually go here. And if he didn't tap, I'd eventually pull, but usually you just get here, right? You can choke someone just by pushing your fingers together like that. It doesn't take a lot. So this one's going here. This one just locks it in place. So that's the motion. Okay, so again, my hand goes behind the ear. I feel a good connection. I want to feel the back of my hand up against Liam's neck. Grab, I lock that down. And now I apply the pressure, and really it's just my right wrist that does the choke, okay? Do it nice and relaxed, back and forth with your partner. Make sure you can make them tap without putting much effort into it. And then we're working on the mount. Okay, so look here. The arteries are right back here, right behind his ear, right? So that's why when I say thumb behind the ear, that's how deep you need to go. Okay, now from mount. We're going to work our way backwards. So I'm going to start with the choke, make sure I can finish, and then I'll show you guys how we acquire it, how you hold mount, and all that kind of stuff as we go. We'll begin at the finish. So the choke needs to be done from middle mount, which means I'm sitting upright and I'm underneath his elbows. If he gets his elbows down, I'm not going to play this mount. If he gets his elbows down, I'm going to play low mount here, right? Where I'm here, and then I get him to bring his hands up, and I work to here. This is when we're going to attack for that choke, okay? So my knees are pinched together, and what I do with my knees will vary. Sometimes I will spread my legs out and actually sit on him and lean back a little bit, and sometimes I'll be close. So your knees are going to move. What's most important in mount is actually your feet, okay? The most important thing about holding mount is, middle mount, is your feet. The bottoms of my feet need to be touching his body and in contact the entire time. Never like this, okay? They're here. If he lifts his hips up, I might go underneath a little bit, like I'm going to touch my big toes, but I've always got that pressure, okay? So that's there. I'm going to I just want you guys to be mindful of that while we practice, okay? I'm sitting up a little bit, so if all of a sudden he bridges, right, he doesn't have that good connection. If I sit on him now when he bridges, I'm gonna go flying. So, like I said, sometimes I'll put my weight on him, but for right now, my hips are a little bit off, okay? I'm gonna just work the choke first. So here I grab, and I'm gonna show you how we get it step by step, but for now, just watch what I'm doing. I'm putting my head down and my elbow on the mat. My thumb comes in behind the ear. I sit up and I lock my elbow down and then choke, okay? So hand in deep, elbow on the mat, thumb comes behind the ear. I rotate it till it's locked down, and then that's my choke. Okay, try back and forth, and I'll come and help you. If you need help, raise your hand. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for frequent updates, because we're updating this every week, and make sure you comment and like and share our videos. We appreciate it, and we definitely try and respond to all the comments. And if you like what we're doing and you like the material, check out SBG University, SBGU, and you're going to see a ton more in much greater depth than what you see here on YouTube. Thank you very much.